Almost 20,000 have already made it by sea to mainland Europe in the first 67 days of 2017, it emerged yesterday. The crisis is set to intensify as the weather in the Mediterranean improves. The French have closed 6 motorway service stations on the approaches to Calais to prevent them being used by migrants trying to sneak aboard UK-bound lorries. James Hookham, Deputy Chief Executive of the Freight Transport Association, said, "Our members have reported signs that migrants are returning to Calais, and French motorway operator Saneuf's move to close truck parking areas at services near the port due to problems confirms this. The French authorities need to take action before the situation gets any worse. We don't want to see a return to last summer's chaos when drivers suffered threats and intimidation at unprecedented levels." The looming crisis was laid bare in figures released by the International Organization for Migration, which revealed that 19,567 migrants and refugees entered Europe by sea this year, up to March 8, a rate of almost 300 a day. Tory MP David Davis said, "The European nations are aiding and abetting this chaotic exodus by sending out rescue boats to pick up thousands of migrants trying to enter the continent illegally from North Africa. They should be taking them straight back to ports and safe refugee camps so they are not incentivized to risk their lives trying." I hope this worrying development doesn't herald the return to the chaotic events of last year. The unprecedented move to close the service stations is the first indicator that a new wave of migration is expected after the demolition of the notorious jungle camp last year. Operator Saneuf has closed 4 of the 6 rest areas which have become a magnet for trafficking gangs. 1. At Esti-Hilaire-Côte on the A26, roughly 30 miles from Calais, is a well-known trafficking hotspot. It is a short walk from a muddy migrant camp in woods close to the village of Noirant-Fontes, where a Daily Express reporting team was attacked last year. Others out of action are at Grand Sainth, close to an official migrant camp on the outskirts of Dunkirk, Steenvoorde on the A25, La Grande Bouquet and Noordkerk on the A26 and Berck on the A16, around 55 miles south of Calais. For the past 2 summers, British drivers have faced a wave of violence and intimidation on the approach to the Calais ferry terminal, with migrants using burning blockades in an effort to slow down vehicles returning to the UK so they can break in. Road Haulage Association Chief Executive Richard Burnett said, "We always advise our international drivers not to stop within 100 miles of Calais unless they absolutely have to. To even consider yet another summer of misery is quite simply out of the question." If Saneuf remains resolute not to reopen the rest areas, we will be demanding more security is deployed on the approach roads, and that includes the French military. French officials estimate migrants are returning to the northern coast at a rate of 100 a week. There are now thought to be at least 6 secret refugee camps in the Nord-Pas-de-Calais region. Home Office figures revealed by the Daily Express after a Freedom of Information request showed 24,800 attempts to enter the UK illegally were stopped at the British border on the continent during the first 6 months of last year. In 2015 the number reached a record 84,088. Charlie Elphicke, Tory MP for Dover, said, "We must be vigilant and take action now before any new jungle camp forms at Calais. We can't risk another summer of chaos, that's why we need to act before the first tent is pitched." The Home Office said, "We work closely with the French authorities on the security of the UK-France border, but the operation of the French military